everyone, I'm Kayla and welcome back for another week of Monster Munchies. So the theme this week is vegetables, and it being Easter tomorrow, I'm making pretty much the most obvious thing. I'm going to be making carrot cake cupcakes. This is a new recipe for me. I've made a lot of carrot cake in the past, but I have a lot of family members who don't like nuts. So I'm going to be making a pretty simple recipe that doesn't have any nuts in it. So let's give it a shot. So I'll be making the cake first. For the cake, you're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, and about 1.5 cups of grated carrots. So the first thing I'm gonna do is set Oswald to bake at 350 degrees. So next I'm going to prep my muffin tin by lining it with some paper cups. I have these really cute Easter bunny ones. This recipe will actually make 14 or 15 cupcakes. I only have 1 cupcake pan, so I'm just gonna be making 12, but if you have a second tin, you can prep that as well. And I'm just going to give it a light spray with some oil as well. Next, I'm going to whisk my dry ingredients together. So I'm going to take my flour, cinnamon, baking soda, and salt, and give it a whisk. So once you have your dry ingredients mixed together, it's time to start on the wet ingredients. I'm going to start off, what I forgot to mention earlier, you're also going to need 3/4 cup of oil. I'm using canola oil, but any neutral flavored oil will do. I'm going to put that into my friend Clarence along with the 2 eggs and beat those together. So once your egg, oil, and sugar mixture looks pretty thick, you can add your vanilla extract and continue to beat. Once your vanilla extract is incorporated, you can take your bowl off of your stand mixer and start to fold in your dry ingredients with a spatula. Once your dry ingredients are mixed in, you can add the carrots and fold those in as well. Once your batter is all mixed up and looks something like this, it's time to fill the cups. Whoops, start with this one. So I'm gonna fill these all about 2/3 of the way to give them room to grow. So now that all my cupcakes are filled up and ready to go, I'm gonna stick them in the oven. And they're gonna bake for 25 to 30 minutes, and I will probably flip them halfway through. So once your cupcakes are done, they'll look a little something like this. So that's after 25 to 30 minutes in the oven, and a cake tester inserted in will come out clean. Wait for them to cool completely before frosting them. And next we'll be working on making a buttercream cream cheese frosting. So once your carrot cupcakes are cool, you've gotten a haircut, you've made another flavor of cupcakes to please the rest of your family, and everything's cool, it's then time to start working on frosting. So for the carrot cupcakes, I'm gonna be making a classic cream cheese frosting, but I'm making more of a cream cheese buttercream, so it'll be a little bit more pipeable and a little bit less sweet than a regular cream cheese frosting. So what you're gonna need for this is a cup of confectioner's sugar, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 stick of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and about a tablespoon of milk. You may need a little more than that depending on how your consistencies come together. So let's get started. I'm gonna start off by putting my stick of butter into the stand mixer and beating that until it's like a creamy consistency. After my butter has been whipped up a little bit, I'm gonna add my cream cheese. And I'm gonna beat those together until smooth. Once the butter and cream cheese have come together and are nice and light and fluffy, I'm going to start adding the powdered sugar little by little. Once the sugar's all mixed in, you can add your milk and vanilla and beat until combined. And from there, check your consistency. If it's too thick, add a little more milk. If it's too thin, add a little more sugar until you get what you're looking for. So now it's time to decorate. The first thing I'm gonna do is take a little bit of the frosting into a couple separate bowls. I'm just gonna leave those there for a minute. Next, I'm gonna take a large piping bag and a big round tip, and I'll put the rest of the white frosting in there. And using a cup as a stand makes it really easy to fill a piping bag. And to frost these, I'm just gonna draw a nice flattish swirl around the top of the cupcake. And look at that, that was just enough to cover my 12 cupcakes. And to finish these cupcakes off, I'm gonna pipe some little carrots on top. So we're gonna go back to our little bowls. And to one of them, I'm gonna add a few drops of orange gel coloring. Mix that up. So now I have a nice neon-ish carrot yellow. I mean orange. Orange is the word I was looking for. And for this other, I'm gonna add a few drops of green. A little goes a long way with these gel food colors. So for the carrots, I'm gonna use another round tip. This one a little bit smaller than what I used for the cupcakes. I'm gonna drop that into a fresh piping bag. And I'm just gonna pipe a nice little carrot shape on top. And for my carrot tops, I'm using a leaf tip to just pipe some cute little fluffy bits of greenery. How cute. So now that the cupcakes are all done, let's try one of these. Because I'm taking them to family tomorrow, I'm gonna eat the ugly one that I accidentally stuck my finger in. So the inside looks nice and moist, as cake should be. So this is a really good carrot cake. It's moist. If I were to make it again, I would probably grate my carrots a little bit finer. I used a bigger grater just because it was easier, but the frosting's really good. It's a little bit less sweet than a normal cream cheese frosting. It's really moist. The only other thing I think is missing is a little bit of ginger, which I almost added but forgot to last minute. But overall, a good carrot cake. Felix, up. So it looks like the cat wants to try a bite too. Be polite, look at the camera. Come here. Felix, you're being a turd. Oh. Looks like he likes cream cheese as much as he likes real cheese. Oh yeah, you want to lick that off my finger, don't you? Don't you? Do it over here. Say hi. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you next week. Felix didn't like that.